few years back, I was a uni dropout with no money, no skill set, making $400 a month, living in my parents' home, and feeling like I was the king of the world because I could go out on weekends without a single bit of responsibility. And then one day, I bought a one-way ticket to Thailand with $500 that I had in my bank account, and I had no idea how I was gonna make it work. Fast forward to today, and I make over $30,000 a month completely remotely. And I don't say this to brag, but I have the ability to travel and do whatever I want with my life. I even flew out a few of my students business class for a weekend in Bangkok a few weeks ago. And if you told me a few years ago that all of this was coming, I would have not believed you. Truth is, most people will look at this and say, he got lucky. And they are absolutely right. I am the luckiest man on earth. I couldn't have gotten any luckier than I did. But what I want to show you in this video is what luck actually is. It is not a specific thing that only some people get. There's a very, very specific reason why luck found me and not all the other people who were in the exact same situation I was. And if I could figure this out as a 19-year-old retarded college dropout with a bad attitude and a one-way ticket to Thailand, I can promise you it's not as far as you think. Here's what people think luck is. They look at life and they think there's two types of people. The people who get lucky and the people that don't. But that's not how it works. And I used to think the exact same way, and that's what kept me stuck in the exact same place. Truth is, getting lucky is first and foremost about putting yourself in more situations where luck can find you. Most people stay in the exact same routines, talking to the same people, staying in the same rooms, and expect to get lucky. But that's really not how it works. Luck favors one thing and one thing only, and that thing is motion. Why? Because motion increases the chances of collision with the right people, the right information, the right opportunities. So the first thing you need to do if you want to get lucky, and if you want to look like the top 10% of people who seem to get lucky all the time, you need to start moving. I'll give you a very clear example from my own life, my own experience. One of the most important people I ever met in my life was my mentor, Callum. Got me into the whole online space in the first place and helped me make over $350,000 in my first 3 years working online. How did I meet him? I was playing tennis with my old tennis coach from when I was a kid. After an hour of a private session, he told me, look, I'm playing with 2 English guys after this, but we need one more guy to make the session more fun. Would you be okay with coming? And I remember saying, look, I'm super tired. I really don't want to do it. And he pushed me. He said, please, what's the worst that can happen? Let's just have some fun. Let's do it. And I did it. Even though I didn't want to do it, I chose to put myself in an uncomfortable situation. And it ended up being one of the best decisions I made in my entire life. Why? Because at that moment, I didn't realize it yet, but I was putting myself in a situation where luck could find me. On the other side of the court, I had 2 millionaires. Both guys had made loads of money running their own companies online. What did I have to offer? I was the best on that court at playing tennis, I could tell you that. So after that, they both reached out and they wanted to play again. That's how I met Callum, and the rest is history. I've talked about it in other videos. But that's a really good example of how putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, accepting an invitation that you think might be awkward, weird, or that you don't want to do, can put you exactly in the right place at the right time. At the end of the day, it's simple. If I'm looking at my own situation and I look at all the people around me, when I went to university and I dropped out, I have 3, 4, 5 people I know who did the exact same thing. Are we all making $30K a month and traveling the world now? No. Why? Because most people decided to stay stuck in the exact same loop. Wake up in the same bed, eat the same food, see the same people, do the same work, and expect different results. What did I do? I started fucking moving. I took money I didn't have, invites I didn't want to take, and met people I didn't want to meet. But once I started putting myself in those situations, I started colliding with opportunity after opportunity, relationship after relationship. And that was the one thing that put me in the best ever position. And now people will look at me from the outside and think, wow, this guy always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's so lucky. I am, because luck found me. Because I put myself in a place where luck could come and get me. And in my journey, I got lucky multiple times. I gave the example of Callum that most of you who watch this channel probably already knew. But I'll give you a different example that completely changed my life this year after 4 years. I was in a club with my friends. My French friends had a table at the club. I was broke at the time, so I couldn't afford one. But I went up there, I was chatting to them, and the next table, a guy was wearing the exact same t-shirt I was wearing. I remember it vividly. It was a t-shirt with a heart from a French brand called Comme des Garçons. I looked at him and I went up to him. I don't really know why, but I went up to him and I started speaking to him. After 5 minutes, he invited me to his table. I was there with 2 of his friends. We started talking about business. I told him I was trying to start an agency, start this, start that. At the time, not much happened. We followed each other on Instagram, chatted a little bit back and forth, and then I kept nurturing that relationship for 1.5 years. Then we met again. Why? Because he started an AI software company. He got millions of dollars in investment from some of the biggest VCs in the world and called me because he needed an appointment setter. So I came in and I told him, look, I need to make $5,000 per month if you want me to work for your business for 2 hours a day. He hired me, we worked, yada, yada, yada. I started managing the team. And after a year, a little bit less than a year, they gave me equity in the company. I have a chunk of a company with multi-million dollars in investment from some of the biggest VCs in the world, all because I went to talk to some random guy in some random place. But that doesn't happen if you're stuck at home, taking cold showers and going to the gym with your friends from school. That happens when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. And by all means, I'm not telling you to go to the club. I'm just telling you, go to things that the old you wouldn't do. Because you can't repeat the same cycle over and over again and expect a different outcome. It's like reading the same book 10 times. And on the 10th time you read it, you expect a different ending. And then what most people won't realize is that luck compounds. Luck gains momentum. And the luckier you get, the luckier you get. I'll give you an example again with Callum. I met Callum, and the luckiest thing that happened to me after that, about appointment setting as well, is that the day before I flew to Thailand with that $500 ticket that I bought with my entire savings, it was my entire bank account. One day before leaving, I remember having a chat with Callum and him saying that they needed an appointment setter for an offer. How fucking lucky can a guy get? The day before leaving, I still had no backup plan. I still didn't know if it was gonna work, but I had something, and it was pure luck. And not only did I meet Callum, land that role, but after landing that role, I was able to stay in Thailand for over a month. In my second month in Thailand, which I didn't have money to stay for in the first place if I hadn't landed that role, I met James. He became one of my best friends and then helped me grow my coaching business to help other people do the same thing with appointment setting. I could give you a million more examples that happened in my own life and people that I know. But every single time you get lucky, you're putting yourself in an even better position to get luckier with the next thing. So what you don't realize is you have to start moving now so that you can get that first little bit of luck. And when it rains, it pours. You'll get lucky once, twice, thrice, and then it's done. You're gonna be getting lucky till the day you die. Focus on building skills that make you useful. Luck doesn't stick with people who have nothing to offer. The reason I got so lucky after that was because I had learned appointment setting. And so the second a business owner got in contact with me, I had some sort of value to offer. Whether it was consulting advice about their appointment setting process, whether it was getting them an appointment setter from my network or my friends, or whether that was going and setting for their business personally, myself. So build skills that make you useful, whether that's appointment setting, whatever you want. But appointment setting is probably by far one of the best ones, because every time you come in contact with anyone that has anything to do with the world of business, where the money is, you'll have something to offer of high value. And because of luck, now I make over $30,000 a month, as I said. I travel the world. I'm in Bali now for 2 months. I was in Korea literally last week, going to visit China and then going to ride horses in the middle of Kyrgyzstan, all because I got lucky. One thing you need to realize as well is that luck often comes disguised as a person. It's not an event, it's an interaction. So treat every single person you see in your day the exact same way, with the same importance. You'll quickly realize how big of a difference this could make. Whether it's the valet parker at the restaurant, the person giving you your food, your best friend, or the CEO of an S&P 500 company. All those interactions have a similar chance of bringing luck into your life. So treat them as they should. And that is my philosophy on luck in a nutshell. That's simple. I wasn't special. I just kept going every single day, even when it didn't feel right or made me uncomfortable. And I know some of you are sitting in bed watching me and you're in the exact same situation I was. You might be in uni or in a 9 to 5 you don't like. You've tried things to make money online, but you're not sure where to go. You don't understand why people like me get lucky and why you don't. The truth is because you don't have a skill. And as you've already understood from this video, the skill that completely transformed my life was appointment setting. That was the skill that made me the luckiest man on earth and gave me my absolute dream life. So simply put, if you want to learn appointment setting, I might be able to help you. There's a link in the description, nothing to sell you, just a quick call to see if we might be able to help you start making money through appointment setting. And trust me, learning a skill will be the highest leverage thing you can do in your life. Because remember, luck is not magic. It's exposure multiplied by readiness.